According to Fox News, Hurricane Dorian has been one of the worst storms that the Atlantic Ocean has ever faced. What first started as a Category 5 is now rated as a Category 2 as of September 3, 2019. After 18 hours straight of hitting the Bahamas, devastating damage has been left behind. Because of all of the flooding, New York Times reports that the hurricane relief efforts have been pushed back due to many of the ground emergency vehicles are currently underwater. The Grand Bahama Airport was under 6 feet of water, and at least 5 deaths were reported. Major Clarence Ingram, Divisional Commander of the Bahamas Division for the Salvation Army, told Fox News the amount of damage was incredible, that this has been a catastrophic storm and a catastrophic impact, according to one Red Cross spokesman. The amount of flooding that's been going on, it led to the water coming up to 20 feet higher than normal, so that buildings are completely underwater, a reporter told Fox News. There are buildings completely swept away by the wind. It's just incredible. Here's footage released by the Coast Guard of what was left after Hurricane Dorian left the Bahamas and started heading towards Florida and the east coast of the country today, Tuesday morning, September 3rd. President Trump got together government officials from the lower southern states and members of FEMA before the hurricane started hitting the U.S. this weekend to discuss the plans that will be executed following the effects and damage caused by the storm. President Trump stated that it is left to the state local governments to determine if evacuation is recommended and to take heed of what is reported on your local news channels on what action to take from here. Listen in on the recap of President Trump's briefing at FEMA.
Hurricane is roaring and it could be a big one. We're hoping that it maybe makes a right and goes up north, but that's about a 5% chance. It's not looking good. And it's one of the biggest hurricanes we've seen in a long time. So it could be very devastating. I just spoke to Rick Scott, and I just spoke to, we have a lot of people that we're speaking to. I spoke with Marco Rubio, spoke to your governors of both Georgia, as you know, Georgia and Florida, and they're doing really well. They're working hard. Florida seems to be the main target at this moment, but I think a lot of good things are happening. FEMA's there. Tremendous work is going on. Many gas trucks are coming in. They're bringing gas from Louisiana and all over. And we don't know about evacuation. We're leaving it up locally right now. We're going to see where it's coming in. We just don't know exactly where it's going to be coming and how far in it's coming. So I'm going to Camp David. We have a lot of experts with us, and we have a lot of the FEMA people that are coming up, but we're really, very importantly, coming back. And on Sunday at 12:30, we have a meeting at FEMA headquarters, and that will be about the time that we'll know where everything's going. A lot of decisions will be made. That'll be a little bit less than a day before it hits, so we'll see what happens.
We're here at FEMA headquarters to receive a briefing on Hurricane Dorian. I want to thank Acting Secretary Kevin McAleenan for the incredible job you've been doing, Kevin. Thank you in many ways, by the way. Acting FEMA Administrator Peter Gaynor. Peter, thank you very much. Secretary Elaine Chow. Secretary Mark Asper, thank you. Secretary Alex Azar, thank you very much, Alex, and all the good news coming out of your administration on drug pricing. Coming way down, we really appreciate it. It's going a lot further down. Administrator Andrew Wheeler, thank you, Andy. Dr. Neil Jacobs, thank you, good job. Senator Rick Scott is here in person. Thank you. Came up from Florida. We appreciate that very much. Thank you, Rick. And many other senior officials and political folks and military leaders for joining us in person or by phone. The safety of the American people must always come first. My staff and I receive frequent updates to ensure that we are fully prepared, and we are fully prepared, but we really basically, I don't think, ever seen anything like is working. I want to thank the Coast Guard. Carl, I know that they're really ready. I don't know, it's this I don't know how they can come in for this one. They're gonna have to come in from the outside, I guess, but because this looks monstrous. But I want to thank the job you did in Florida, Texas, and Puerto Rico was incredible. This could be bigger than all of them in terms of the power of what we're looking at. It's one of the largest we've ever seen. Its effects will be felt hundreds of miles or more from the eye of the storm, and long before it potentially makes landfall. It's going to go at hundreds of miles. We expect that much of the eastern seaboard will be ultimately impacted, and some of it very, very severely. My administration is coordinating closely with state and local authorities. Today we're joined on the phone by some great people that have been working very, very hard. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. Thank you, Ron. Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia. Brian, thank you very much. Governor Henry McMaster of South Carolina. Thank you, Henry. And Governor Roy Cooper of North Carolina. Thank you very much, Roy. The federal government stands ready to assist their readiness, response, and recovery operations. And I will say the states, and it may get a little piece of a great place. It's called Alabama, and Alabama could even be in for at least some very strong winds, and something more than that it could be. This just came up, unfortunately. It's the size of the storm that we're talking about. So for Alabama, just please be careful also. I ask everyone in Hurricane Dorian's path to heed all warnings and evacuation orders from local authorities. It looks like they're going to have to be giving them, unfortunately, and I wish you'd watch. It's been lurking, it's just been building out there. It's been moving very slowly, and it's a bad thing, not a good thing. And the slower it moves, the bigger it is and the bigger it gets. But we want to minimize any unnecessary risk for the public and our brave first responders. I've been working very hard with Governor DeSantis of Florida on getting fuel, getting gasoline brought in, because they've never seen anything like it, the rush to get so much. And again, the Coast Guard and the Army and the Marines, they've been incredible. We've gotten tremendous amounts of gasoline brought in very quickly. Americans are strong, determined, and resilient, and we will support each other. And we will work very hard to minimize whatever the effect of what's coming at us. We don't even know what's coming at us. All we know is it's possibly the biggest. I'm not sure that I've ever even heard of a Category 5. I knew it existed, and I've seen some Category 4s. You don't even see them that much, but a Category 5 is something that I don't know that I've ever even heard the term, other than I know it's there. That's the ultimate, and that's what we have, unfortunately.